Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. I have a brief message for anybody who has a website or a business. You can increase your potential customers by 1.5 billion by translating your content into Chinese. You can contact Chris at wiptranslation.com. WIP translation, you can pronounce that. I'll put some information in the sidebar if you're interested. Now, about the money you've been investing in Social Security. You probably get your stuff like this. What young workers should know about Social Security and savings? You probably get something like this. I don't think I got it until a few years ago when I finally qualified for benefits. Well, I went through it like I usually do, read all the little bits of nonsense here and there, and I found something really sick. It says, but you should also save and invest in addition to Social Security. Since Social Security will only replace part of your lost earnings, what? Your savings and investment play an important role in ensuring adequate income for you and your family. Wait a minute, what's Social Security for? It only replaces part of my lost earnings? What they were supposed to do is take that money, put it in the Social Security fund. That money was supposed to be available for borrowing or whatever, so it would therefore gain interest, and that interest rate would pay me back as an investment. Social Security was supposed to be an investment. What? It will only replace part of your lost earnings. Wow, what am I paying into Social Security for then? Why don't I stop paying in? Because I'm going to have to save anyway on my own, and I'll have more money to save with. Now, some people will say, well, at least it saves half of it for you, right? If you're irresponsible, let's say you put $100,000 into Social Security over your lifetime, and you retire with absolutely nothing in the bank, and the only reason you retire is because you get too sick to work, and you're like 72 or whatever, you finally go on Social Security, and all that money which you would have just blown on other things, the government got to blow for you, and now they get to give you back part of it. Probably way less than half. No, I think it would be better that these people be able to spend what they want to in their lifetime. If they're going to get to the end of their life and struggle anyways and have to save on their own anyways, then what the hell is the point of Social Security? Just one thing: government jobs. Government jobs. And I mean, it's cemented in place now. There's nothing more permanent than the government program, especially temporary government program. The Social Security Administration is one of the things which has to go, absolutely has to go, if we're going to have a vibrant economy in the future. They tax so much wealth, and then that gets wasted. And people say, well, it gets spent elsewhere, like it gets spent on roads and freeways and stuff. But it gets paid to people who don't work very hard, so they're getting a lot of money for the work that they do. A lot of it is crappy work. For example, a lot of the water companies that run the water systems in various cities and towns across the country are just a bunch of lazy people that refuse to do anything to fix the problems in their systems. And it has to be taken over by private contractors from time to time, stuff like that. And stuff that the old water company said it can't do, now all of a sudden the private company's doing it for half the money. You should watch something on John Stossel. You should watch everything John Stossel has on YouTube, but there's something there on one of his videos where they interview some guys who worked for the water company but when the city ran it, and then afterwards when it was taken over by the private contractor. And they said that they liked working better for the private company. They said they were busy all the time, they were always going, they're always doing something. And they said, get this, when John Stossel asked them what were they doing when they worked for the city, just, what, sitting around drinking coffee? And one of the guys just said, yeah, sometimes. True, absolutely true. Same thing with ambulance companies. Government-owned ambulance companies suck. They're 30 minutes before you get the ambulance to the door. Private ambulance companies are much, much better. They actually parked an ambulance at a McDonald's, not because the guys were eating there, but because their computers told them that it was the best place to have, it was, be in this area for ambulance calls. It's the most efficient. This old lady gets in the ambulance, she's getting in on a stretcher, she says, "You can hear the sirens before you get off the phone." Private, that's private company. Well, this is the biggest farce in history, isn't it? Then? Isn't that the biggest farce in history? We know the government does things worse. But at least it's saving the money for us because we're responsible and we won't save it for ourselves. Wait a minute. It'll only replace part of your lost earnings? What are we paying money into this system for, ladies and gentlemen? This is ridiculous.